Yesterday, I went to Hobby Lobby and I found this little sign that says Better Together. I hope you guys can read it. So we're going to paint this today. So grab your crafting supplies, which we're going to need some sponges, some acrylic paint, and Mod Podge. So get your crafting table ready and we're going to start. I know a lot of us get newspapers from our township, and, you know, they toss them in our yards and stuff. Keep them, because if you have children, you can use them for crafts. Instead of going out and getting the roll of paper to put down on wherever you're going to craft, just take the newspaper down on wherever you're going to craft at, so you don't get paint and everything everywhere. And then just tape it down to your surface and you can paint and you won't get glue on your countertops or anything like that. It's just recycling the recyclables. The first thing we have to do is get all the tags off. And I usually wipe the stuff down with a wet paper towel and let it dry. But I think this is alright. And I'm still going to wipe it off with a wet paper towel. Let it dry a little bit. And now you decide what colors you want to use. The hanging, this is for our camper, and I'm not a big fan of white colors on walls and things like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the heart here in the middle red, and this color is crimson. I'm going to paint that red, then I'm going to paint one side sky blue, and then the other side is electric blue. So we're going to have electric sky. So I'm going to call it the electric sky. So when you have acrylic paints and stuff, get a paper plate or a bowl or something and just pour your paints in that. And always have a few brushes and a bowl of water, which I don't have, to rinse your sponges. So give me a minute and I'll be right back with that. Yeah, I don't have my bowl. Actually, I have 2 containers of water. One I dip the sponge in with the colors, and one's a clear one, so I can rinse the sponges off. So let me get my other crafting supplies out, because I painted this sign earlier. That's for another project for the camper. I don't have another one of these already painted, so let's get painting. What I'm going to do is, we have these newspapers that we get from our local township. And because I don't want to paint the bottom of this red, I'm going to use it, instead of using tape, I'm just going to place it right about there, because I'm going to have the 2 colors meet in the middle here. So I'm going to take my little brush and dip it in the paint and just go right over it. On this sign, and this is going in our camper too, so I'm painting this because I have a friend of mine, she named our camper, and she named it the Love Shack for us, so I'm doing a little crafty thing for her. I'm going to let this dry, and I'm probably going to let this dry. I think I'm just going to Mod Podge this part. Yeah, I'm going to Mod. No, I have to let this dry. Never mind. I'm going to go rinse my brush and I'll see you guys in a minute. Also bought some wooden letters at Hobby Lobby. I painted them earlier. I'm going to glue them on here with the little Love Shack saying on it. I'm going to let this paint dry. Then I'm going to take the Mod Podge. I'm going to put a nice shiny coat Mod Podge on. Glue the letters on. I made these little hearts. This is the project. It's upside down. It's not glued or anything yet, but this is sort of what it's going to look like. Sort of. I'm going to put the Mod Podge on now, but before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of tampering with the evidence. I'm going to take a black Sharpie. I'm going to go around the edges with it. Just do it gently. It doesn't have to be even. I'm just going to outline it. somehow where they're almost flush with each other because it's not a perfect fit, but it'll be alright. So I'm going to take all these off. I'm going to put the Mod Podge on now. And some people put water, mix some water with their Mod Podge. I don't. When I'm decoupaging, I do. I thin it down a little bit, but this stuff I'm not. I'm just going to wipe it all on here. Some people use bowls, and I just don't. I just take it right from the jar.
Slap it on there like you're putting a pizza together.
Because the Mod Podge, it dries clear. You won't even be able to see it once you're done. I'm not even going to sand it. People sand the Mod Podge and all that. I'm not even going to do that because I kind of like the streaks in it. Just get it all in there nice and even. I'm not left-handed. Just go from inwards out. Just to spread it all nice. Do some fancy smearing like you're cooking. And then we're done. Now we can put our letters on. I'm going to adjust this so you can see it backwards because it's just how I roll. Now I don't do straight. I was going to put a little fine pencil line. If you want to do that, take a ruler, put a fine pencil line. But I'm just going to butt it up to the edge of the picture frame. Put that there, like that, and it'll be all right because we're gonna after this dries, we're gonna Mod Podge it again. We're gonna just shellac the whole thing with it. It almost could have said the love shake, but it doesn't. So there's that, and then I'm gonna bud that up about there. Then we're gonna let it dry. And this is what it looks like right side up. We're gonna let it dry. I'm gonna start on that Better Together sign and see how that one comes out. We're still not done with this. We're gonna put another layer of Mod Podge on while this is drying, or after it dries. And then I have another decoration to put on it. And I'll see you with the Better Together sign. So we have our sign done here. We're gonna put another coat on. And you see how it's dribbled down on there. Don't worry about it. We're gonna paint over it. You can take your finger, if it's still a little bit wet, and just smear it. Or you can use a sponge. I just use my fingers because I'm not that neat when it comes to crafting. So I'm gonna, not all the paint is still wet, but I'm gonna paint it over one more time. Dry. This is our other sign. It's pretty much dry. I'm gonna take the Mod Podge, do one good coat over it, set it aside, and work on the other sign. It's like an assembly line, even though it's not the same same craft item, but you get the gist of it. I mean, painting is fun. To me, painting's fun. Doing decoupage, that's fun too. All the crafts that I do really are fun. Knitting and crocheting, sewing, quilting, all of it's fun. Some things just need a lot of concentration, but painting you really don't need much. You just need an idea and then go with it. So we're gonna put the Mod Podge on this, and I don't know if you can see, but you see how you get those little streaks from the glue? I love that. I think that gives it some accentuation, because we're all eccentric in our own little way. So let's put some Mod Podge on. And just in case your Mod Podge isn't like dry yet, you can put on a pair of gloves, which I'm not doing because it washes off. Put on a pair of gloves and you can hold your pieces down as you put the Mod Podge on. And put a good coat. I mean, put a real good coat. Because you don't want it falling off while you're driving. You know, because really when you're in a camper and such like that, you're probably not going to bring this stuff with you. Just saying. You might, which I probably will. Because that's just me. But put a good layer of the Mod Podge on. Even on the little plastic hearts, there's little, that one didn't glue on. Oh well, we'll just put it right there. I'll just put it right there and just be easy with it. And that's how you do it. This is real time, real life. There's nothing, this is it. You see it, this is what you got. This is not the Food Network station, okay? This is just crafts on the weekend, getting ready for whatever we're going to do this weekend. Actually, I guess this weekend we're going to get our camper ready because we are going to go to Georgia here in a couple of weeks. We're going to go to North Carolina, visit some family. That's going to be fun. We got some babies to see. Some babies and adult children too to see. I don't know if you guys can see it, but remember when that one heart was loose? I was up in here somewhere. Well, look, it landed right there, and that's where it's staying. I'm just going to keep it right there because I can. So when you have mishaps like that, just leave it. And I have one more thing to put on here, and then it's done, and we can let it dry. And we are back. It's only been maybe 5 minutes, but that did work. So it's on. And then we'll put some industrial Velcro on it and hang it up on the wall. And I'll show you this weekend. But until then, we have another sign to do. We're back. So in the meantime, I'm doing all these other projects. I mainly have this one all painted. I'm going to finish the bottom. I have to do the bottom. And I'm going to do the back. But some of it's ran. So I'll probably have to sand it down a little bit or something. Like there's some spots in there, I don't know if you can see. But it's alright. I'll touch it up, sand it down, highlight it up a little bit, probably with white. But I'll paint it, I'll finish painting it, and then let you guys see what it looks like later. Thanks, and have a great day.